I love this, don't you? Exercise thyself rather unto godliness. Here's the verse I like. But bodily exercise profiteth little. Boy, you don't need to exercise. How many times have you heard that? Well, but it is true. It ends fast. I've never been much of a weightlifter. I remember back in high school, I was so bony and skinny. I only weighed 165 pounds, and I was 6'3". You know how it worked? I used to try to lift those weights. I could only lift about 15 pounds about this far up. But you know what would happen if you didn't lift them every day? It just all goes away, doesn't it? You got to keep doing it over and over and over again. It's just the way it is. Now, he's not down on exercise. Of course not. This is the temple of the Holy Spirit. Now, we don't need to go into all that this morning. I think we understand that. And you're going to use your body for service. If you don't have a body, you can't serve him, right? In this world, it's just the way it is. So we don't need to go through that. But the point is, it's the spiritual that's more important than the physical. Right. And that's such an important point. Because we are so enamored with the physical today. I mentioned all these traveling teams for sports. Folks, there are parents who spend fortunes taking their kids from me. I looked in the park. There's a gym. I just built a new gym right beside us here in Wise. I live right in the middle of Wise. I was walking there on Saturday, and there were cars from Kentucky and there were cars from Tennessee. All of them lined up to go in that gym and play some kind of a ball game for the day. Now, I'm not against sports. But folks, there has to be some reason to this kind of stuff, doesn't there?
Yes, sir. That's right.
How many of you are raising an NBA star? Now, everybody thinks they are. Yeah. I remember, I should even say this, but I remember as a pastor, I hear these parents tell me how smart their kids were, and how intelligent their kids were, and how they were just, when you saw this kid, you saw the top of the line. If you've been around that, everybody has. All except my dad. He said he raised two dumb kids, me and my brother. But, the point was, everybody's got the smartest kid in the world, right? The most athletic and everything else. We really ought to be more concerned about their spiritual condition than we are their physical. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing well in sports, but let's keep this thing in perspective. You're going to spend eternity in heaven. I remember reading the back of John Piper's book about this couple who retired called Don't Waste Your Life. Maybe you've read this book. On the back of it, he has this illustration of these two people who retire at 55, and they go on down and they enjoy all their life. And the lady collects seashells, and the man plays softball. And he says, can't you imagine them going to the throne of God and saying, Lord, here's all the seashells I collected throughout my life. And the man says, here's my batting average that I had when I was on earth. Isn't that a waste?